again. Is it really that laughable to have women in positions of spiritual leadership? When one begins to focus on the day-to-day practical aspects of the rabbinic job, we find that there's a very short list of rabbinic functions that women cannot halachically perform. Orthodox women, do not lead services, and women are barred from acting as edim, or witnesses, for marriage, divorce, and conversion. But at least in the Orthodox world, the specific roles of shaliach tzibor and edim can be filled by knowledgeable non-clergy. So the ability to perform these functions should never be seen as a prerequisite for being a spiritual leader. Beyond these few halachic constraints, women with the appropriate training can perform the other 95% of tasks performed by Orthodox rabbis. First of all, a rabbinic figure must be well-versed in Jewish texts. Today, there are many institutions open to women to gain higher knowledge of halacha and Jewish text. Nishmat, Matan, Pardes, Drisha, Stern, and there are more. And I am the beneficiary of such an education. And I'm grateful to both Rabbi Silber for having the vision to found Drisha, and to Rabbi Weiss for granting me the gift of studying our vast and rich texts. Not to mention my teachers, who have made it possible for me to be here today. To Devorah Zlachauer, Devorah has nurtured and influenced so many women's lives, but mine in particular. Your friendship and knowledge has been such a treasure to me. To Rabbi Yisrael Hollander, to Rabbi Joshua Ruth, to Rabbi Yisrael Katz, each took time to not only impart their wisdom to me, but help me formulate an approach to halacha. Each of you have been fundamental to bringing women to a place of higher learning. Thank you. So in addition to being well-versed in Jewish text, a rabbi is an authority in halacha. I've studied halacha with an eye towards practical application. Many women are already experts in certain areas of halacha and make authoritative decisions about nida and sexuality. But as long as a woman is proficient in Jewish law and practice, there is no reason why the role of women in positions of halachic authority should not expand beyond the issues relating solely to women. And I thank my mentors, especially Rabbi Yaakov Lav and others, who have and continue to teach me how to apply my knowledge to practical situations. A rabbi is a pastoral counselor. Although the role of rabbi is often associated with that of teacher, the job description has evolved to include family mediator, spiritual leadership, psychologist, and counselor. It is obvious that women in positions of spiritual leadership and halachic authority are in a unique position to provide counseling on issues relating to sexuality, infertility, and the halachic and emotional ramifications of miscarriage. But more than that, men or women with a sense of empathy can naturally reach out to a person in their time of greatest distress and greatest joy. And I thank Dr. Michelle Friedman, who has given me pastoral guidance and the tools to touch souls. Finally, a rabbi is a public leader. We live in a world today where women have reached and assumed significant positions of public leadership. It is no longer noteworthy to see a female lead a corporation or political office. Yet when it comes to synagogue leadership, women are not yet in the foreground. However, in many ways, due to the vision of Rabbi Weiss, women have recently ascended into public roles in synagogue, assuming leadership positions. The Bechitza of the HIR, or the Zbayit, ensures access to both men and women to ascend the bima, making it viable for women, and me in particular, to address the congregation. And my colleagues, with whom I have had the privilege to work here, with Rav Eitan, with Rav Uri, with Rav Adam, have each found ways, big and small, to give me opportunities to learn, grow, and help me ascend to this bima. And to Rabbi Stephen Exler, you have stepped back numerous times to allow me to move forward. I'm indebted to you, and it is in no small part, and thanks to your gentle nudging, that I'm up here today. So it makes sense that my title is Maharat. As you've already heard, it is an acronym for Manhiga, Hilchatit, Ruchanit, Toranit. It is a word that incorporates the job of a rabbi, a public leader, a halachic decisor, a pastoral counselor, and spiritual guide and Torah scholar. But we have our work cut out for us. Although this new word, this title, may not seem to have the same connotation and weight of history as rabbi, we can change that. Over time, the title Maharat will be reclaimed to have the meaning that the title rabbi now conveys. It is my hope that the women who are already in communal and spiritual leadership in shuls and schools will be given the distinction of this title. And it is my dream that young Orthodox girls will be able to say, when I grow up, I want to be a Maharat and serve in the capacity of female Orthodox rabbi. Issue of title is controversial, but I ask that we not let title alone be the defining point of this momentous and wonderful occasion. I want to celebrate, no matter what each of our titles are, the accomplishments that my female counterparts possess, your learning and expertise combined with keen sensitivity to communal needs will ensure that people do seek out women, but not because of gender, but rather because of their proficiency and comfort with halachic literature. The more opportunities women are given to flex and apply their skills, the more common it will be for the community to turn to these female halachic advisors. And so it is with tremendous joy and gratitude that I stand here today, having completed 8 years of study in traditional Jewish text, and with 6 years of spiritual leadership, and accept the charge of becoming a full community spiritual leader, your Maharat. We read yesterday in Parshat Pekudei that after almost a year of tremendous effort and energy by the entire community, Moshe finished erecting the Mishkan, the tabernacle. Vayichal Moshe et Malacha. The Torah tells us that Moses completed his work. And then, almost immediately, Ufad Hashem Malei et HaMishkan. The glory of God filled the Mishkan. Even though we feel a divine presence in the processes of creation, there is a unique way in which finishing some work and stopping to see its finished product invites godliness to occupy it. This moment has been a culmination of tremendous energy and hard work on the part of so many people. And standing here right now, I too feel God's glory fill this room. I'm indebted to Rabbi Weiss. Without whom this would have never happened. I remember that conversation we had 5 years ago on the way to Tashlich, where we began to dream. And now you have helped me fulfill that dream, my calling, my passion. You've nurtured that seed that was planted in my heart so many years ago when that vocational test gave me the notion that I was destined for spiritual leadership. You know, someone asked me recently if I consider myself a trailblazer. I never thought of myself in that way. I've chosen this path because I cannot imagine doing anything else with my life. You, however, Rabbi Weiss, are a true trailblazer. You've risked so much to stand behind me, and your support and faith in me has been the greatest gift of my life. It has truly been a privilege